There, it's recording.
Okay. Okay, now it's recording. And you're... Oh, well, that's funny. A minute ago. Oh, okay. There we go. That's better.
That's why I told you to play with it before, that way you could zoom
Yep.
in.
Yep.
Alright, so stop and we'll start over.
Okay. And... go.
Hello, my name is Lonesome Dave Alderson, and I'm with War Pony Customs. And today we're going to do a live demonstration on this motorcycle for one of my customers. His name is Scott Hines. He owns this 05 Harley Davidson Fat Boy with the Iron Maiden paint job. Beautiful bike. The guy that did the work is Middle of Nowhere Studios, Tony Sims. Really talented guy, and we just want to throw that in there that if you need any paint work or whatever done, we can help you get set up and tear it apart, get it ready, and put it back together. His talent is painting. My talent is making them go and working on them and doing oil changes and all that stuff. So with that, we're going to do what they call the Scavenger Oil System change. And with that, what it does is it takes the extra quart that's in the crankcase out of there without putting it back into the oil reservoir. So, and I know there's a lot of do-it-yourselfers out there, and you can get online and get the tools and all that kind of stuff, but this is for my customers so that they know exactly what they're getting when they bring their bike to me and I change their oil. They're going to get the best oil change on the market. So with that, we have two different style motors on this particular type of bike. We have the 88A and the 88B, which takes different fittings to do the Scavenger oil system. The 88A, this is my Scavenger box with all my Scavenger fittings, has the oil pan underneath. The 88B on the soft tails has the reservoir behind the rear cylinder. The B also stands for balance shafts. Got balance shafts front and rear. So with the A and the oil pan, you have to have this fitting to go into it, and it will suck oil in, scavenge through the system, oil pressure, and then drain it right back out. Now if you check the video, if you decide to do it yourself, you're going to see him taking a quart of oil and the hose and sucking it until it starts to suck the oil can dry. Well, for some reason I didn't like that. I just didn't feel comfortable with that. So what I designed was this. It's got 5 quarts in it. It's got a valve on it. It's all full of oil right to this point. And I plug it in on the bottom, open up the valve, start the motor, let it run down to a quart, shut it off, we're good to go. Don't suck any air or anything like that. So that's with the A motor. With the B motor, you have your return line here. So you have to take this line off, then you just put it in your quart, which we'll show you, and when it fills up to a quart, you're done, and you fill it back up and we're good to go. So with that explanation, with those two motors, we're going to get started and show you exactly what you need. Besides that, you're going to need your tools. You're going to need an oil pan, sockets to take the drain plug out. You're going to need your oil filter and your oil. Okay? One thing I'd like to mention on the B motors. If you're out there changing your oil and you are not taking the drain plug out, but you're taking this hose off and doing it, please don't do that. It's unprofessional. I've seen a lot of them that way, and then on top of that, they put a worm-dried hose clamp on there and ruins the hose. The drain plug on a Softail is right up underneath here, 5/8 socket, you're good to go. Just a side note there. So with that, I've already got the oil drained. We're going to go ahead and stop. I'll hook everything up, and then I'll explain what we're going to do after that.
Go.
Okay, we're back live. What we've done is we've disconnected the return line, hooked the plastic hose up to it. This is going to go down in here into our quart jug. As soon as that fills up with the dirty oil, we'll shut her off. We've got the oil reservoir full of 3 quarts of oil, and we've got our puck. This is the one for the Evo motors, but it's the same, basically the same setup. This puck goes where the oil filter is removed, and what that's going to do is that just bypasses the oil from the scavenger system right into the return line and out. So, with that said, we're going to go ahead and fire the bike up. Using neutral. Probably should have started it before we got her all warmed up and good to go. Okay, what that's doing is bad oil coming out. It's going under this quart. Pretty soon, it's going to start being clean oil. It's already starting to change color. There we go. That's good oil. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, that is good oil. This oil here, if you wouldn't have changed that oil, have this system, that oil was going to go right back into this reservoir. And it's already contaminated your oil when you do that. So, with this system, you're getting 100% oil change. Yeah, you're going to be using another extra quart. But if you love your Harleys like I do, an extra quart ain't nothing. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to stop. We're going to hook everything back up, top off the oil, run it, make sure it's good and full, and then we'll have our conclusion.
Sounded positive.
Yeah. Except for the little clip on there. There it goes. Yeah. It's in there. I don't know why it didn't fit, but it did. Oh well.
Camera shy.
Camera shy. Okay. We can handle that, can't we?
Yep. Yep. We have ways of handling camera shy bikes.
one is, we got to put our regular quart back in. New oil filter on. Extension. Okay, we're good to go.
Now leave that up. Leave that up. That's a lot of extra light. That's no bad thing. And there's, I mean, minimal traffic noise, so it's Perry, Iowa. You can hear horns through that door anyway, so.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
And go.
Okay, we're back. We got everything hooked up. Got the return line back in. Got 3 quarts of oil in the reservoir. Got our K&N oil filter on. We're ready to start it up because we're going to fill the oil filter up and then recheck her. And then we'll do our conclusion. So we're going to go ahead and start it up. Dipstick, recheck our oil. This one says, probably going to say, check on side stand. Check on side stand. So, we'll go in here because it's usually going to be a half quart low. Okay. Sure enough, that's where we're at. Oil filters usually take about half a quart. Grab my flashlight. Just to make sure. Yep, Here I always have an extra half quart always after an oil change, so we just pass that on to the customer. Half a quart. Right where she needs to be. Okay. This is a complete oil change. Now, what we'll end up doing, since we got all of our greasy fingers and everything all over everything and that, it will be washed and cleaned and blow dried with our air blaster and ready to deliver to the customer. This is what they'll get when they come to War Pony Customs Oil Change. Thank you very much. Hope to see you on Facebook.